Hi guys! Today we have the second part of the semi-final, so games 4th, 5th and 6th. But before we start, we are trying to get to the 1000 subscribers before the end of the year. If you are already subscribed, thank you very much for being an excellent subscriber. Today is my birthday. When I'm recording this, the best gift that you can give me is a subscription, if you didn't already. So thank you very much, and let's see you on the table. And welcome to the table. This is game 4 of 6, so 3 games to go here. We are starting with Rhodos, opposite of Giza. This is a very interesting position. This is actually a one where you can consider going for the A side, just because we are next to Olympia, and maybe this guy can be in full green. The trouble in the position starts when Olympia or Giza decides to be in full green. The position is very good if Alexandria decides to be in full green, just because you want to be just right after the green guy usually. That's the deal with 4 players. Let's see how we can make it up. I think it's a good one, so stick around. I'm picking B actually here because I just think it has a little bit more raw power, and in position like this where it's unclear who should go green, I personally think that either Alexandria or Olympia should be in green. I think it's maybe a little bit better, but it can backfire as well. I'm not a huge fan of Rados. But we are rewarded with the Timber Yard. On the way back, Barracks, Theater, Tavern, maybe even Orvain or Marketplace. Plenty to pick from. Pretty good first hand. Very good first hand, I should say. And this is where the first real pick comes in. I think the first one should be Timber Yard always, but here you can do a lot of stuff. Pause for a second, think what would you have picked, and more importantly, why would you have picked it, and I'm just going to go through with this. So I'm picking Lumberyard, but first let's talk about other choices. Altar is decent, nothing wrong with that. Claypool is very good actually, because Giza is interested in clay. He's interested in clay, maybe he will even buy clay for us in some lines. So plenty to pick here. Also, actually we already have green guild secured, so that's it. Glassworks can be considered here. He will most likely buy at least once from us for glass. Glass is usually pretty good for Rhodos for scoring points, but I'm picking Lumberyard just because it makes Giza unable to build the first stage, and without the Caravanserai, maybe we can actually starve Giza and like make his game kind of miserable. There is disadvantage to that. Kumushi is currently leading the group. I'm actually like, the best scenario for me is if Kumushi is like, I'm first and Kumushi is second. Maybe sometimes you have to also think about playing the groups, but at that point in time, like this is game 4, I'm not playing the groups yet. Like I think game 5 and 6, that's where I leave it to playing that. I'm just trying to maximize my own score. So plenty of good from the second wood and denying the wood on the other side. This one I think is pretty easy. So let's just talk what other players are doing. This looks just like resource game, which I'm fine with. This looks like a little bit more fight, like with barracks and probably a guard tower. So I will be challenged on red. The advantage of being challenged by Olympia here on red is that Alexandria probably is going to be left without the red picks, so that's also good for me. I'm fine with winning just on the side cheaply, so I'm picking Stockade from this one. I don't think there is anything else. Orvain can be considered because you can get blocked on Rhodos. Watch my previous video for that. But he already picked Clay Pit, so we should be pretty good. This is suggesting more green. This is very natural for Alexandria in this position, actually. So if Olympia doesn't pick any grays, this is how it looks. Here I'm picking buffs over Pawn Shop, just because probably Giza will be picking from this hand, and he already has a stone. so no point in trying to be fancy. And this hand, this is a little bit weird. You can also pause here. It looks like a simple pick, but maybe actually isn't, because everything is good on this hand. Like, we can expect cloth here from Olympia. He could use that. So Marketplace looks excellent. Tavern looks very good as usual, for Rhodos especially. It's like you can get blocked on building the first or second stage, so money just lets you like flow naturally. I really like Tavern on some of the wonders, and Rhodos is one of them. Theater, just solid points. We already picked one, and the second one looks also quite nice. But I'm picking Tavern just to be sure. I would pick Marketplace if not that I have already double the wood, and that enables me to pick Caravanserai without any cost. Giza plays a guard tower, very happy. Usually in 4-player, you really want your opposition to play a little bit of red. And here we are getting an altar. I'm not sure what he has hidden, but yeah. Altar seems like I think that might have been a small mistake. Like, altar looks just like the best card to us, from what I can remember. First age, excellent. Like, I was very happy. And now we are getting Caravanserai, but we should think about if we are picking it. Don't follow it blindly. It's never a good idea, guys. So we will be able to play the first and the second stage. So Caravanserai looks pretty nice right now. There is a danger of getting stuck on red, but not huge. Like, he can only probably play one red, because the archery range is the only one that he can play. So we are just passing him one, and he should be unable to get the second one, and without us getting at least one. So that's what I'm picking here. There is a heavy red also, so I don't think he's playing red from this hand. This is a very weird one, and when I was like rewatching this just to get familiar with the game, I actually I thought I picked a different card. So I imagine you are picking Foundry from this hand, and that's what I imagined as well. It looks very natural for the second stage. Blocking any kind of green is actually like pointless a little bit. But what we are actually getting from this one, I'm not really sure. Like, there are some cards that this will give us, but probably it's just free gold, and we can split the payment like 2-2, and we can pay this Olympia, who looks to be in kind of a bad position. So it's not a big deal, honestly. Like, us paying for this one is kinda okay. We are not looking to get into the Haven strategies, so I'm not really sure if we should play the Foundry. At this point, this is turn-based. I actually have everything mapped out. Like, I know what cards I want to play. So I'm just going to, and I actually, like, this is one of the games where I remember it very well. So I'm just going to tell you, like, we will go here, and I will tell you which cards I'm interested in. So there is Training Grounds, yeah, because this was Stables. There is Training Grounds, there is actually Statue, which is free for us, Aqueduct, which is free for us because we have buffs, and maybe Vineyard, but not really, probably. Maybe Vineyard, maybe some of the Greys. So these all look like higher priority than Foundry at the moment. So from this hand, I actually buried the library, because I wanted him to get school from this one, which might be a little bit weird, but I really wanted him to be in green. Like, with library, he could just like maybe opt out. I wanted him to like be more in green. I don't think that's necessarily like as clever as I thought it was. Maybe just hiding Courthouse would have been better. Yeah, depends. But I don't think it matters that much. But I wouldn't play the Foundry. Like, when I was watching the replay, I thought I will play the Foundry, but I wouldn't play the Foundry actually. So this is oh, and there is also double brick, which we are interested in. So from this hand, quite a lot of stuff that we could use. Building press not only gives us press, but also gets us money from this guy. But we're not sure how much. I think I just picked training grounds because there is just a danger that I will get blocked on red, and it's just I have to avoid it. Here is another red card. I don't think he can play it, so you know that's quite good. And this is Aqueduct, pretty easy pick. He's actually getting blocked on gray, which is unfortunate. And we are getting statue. Everything kind of going according to the plan. And the last card, like we can again ask ourselves if we want to play Foundry, but not playing Foundry gives us a red win, which is just too important. And this is what I call a weenie strategy from Magic the Gathering, like the weenie where you just try to go with the early game. As you can see, we have 32 points. They have 15, 15, 16, and we are actually winning red. So, for example, versus Blue Mutant, we are actually 23 points ahead. Versus Kumushi, we are 23 points ahead. Versus Alex Memphis, we are actually 12 plus 16, that's 28 points ahead. So that's quite a lot, you know. And we are not sure if we will be able to keep the red win, so maybe we should just count it as 22 points ahead, but it's still enormous. The problem is, like, we don't have many good picks. From this hand, we'll get Senate, and we are likely to get a second pick, which is amazing. But, you know, this hand could have been worse, of course. One of the advantage of this strategy is that, like, everybody is looking at this, and if they see, like, 32, they stop racing you. This can be a mistake. Like, these strategies can really backfire. Like, I don't have any support for anything here. I'm quite lucky, actually, that I'm getting, like, a worker's guild, for example, here. Yeah. So, second hand, and as you can see, it's getting worse, and it's to be expected. Like, I think I was actually, like, the third age here was actually lucky for me, not unlucky. I am prepared to throw 2 cards from these hands. Like, when I was playing this, I was prepared to throw 2 cards. Here I'm just picking the Lighthouse, and I'm just hoping that my last hand won't be Scientist plus Chamber of Commerce, because those are the only 2 cards that don't give me any points. But to be honest, does Ship Owner give me many points? Not really. Does Magistrate give me any points? Many points? Not right now. So we'll see what will happen. This was the card that I was really looking forward. That's one of the cards that I'm prepared to build, but you know, can't do that here. But we cannot complain because there is a Philosopher, which is also good, not as good, but really good as well. He's getting into more and more green, which was to be expected. This is a hand that I am pretty proud of. It's not like very complicated, but I'm actually throwing from this one. I think I am throwing. I think I'm throwing fortifications, but it doesn't matter that much. He cannot build Castrum, but he can build both of the other ones, and yeah, and there is no way to win red against him. So I expect that he will be playing red, because then he will be forced into the position where he can lose red against Kumushi. So I'm just throwing here. No, I actually yeah, I should have thrown this one, because if he wants to build fortifications, he has to buy from me. Yeah, that was my reasoning. Here, just Arena, because it's better than Gardens. Yeah, and he bought from me. He finished 3 sets, but we got Haven, which was pretty nice. Yeah, I was prepared to throw from this one, and Haven is actually 3 points. And like 3 points almost mattered. Like I would still win on tiebreaker, but it almost mattered. As you can see, like Alex was able to get really close to us. Like we had what did we have? 22-point advantage, and he made it just like he made up 19 points in the third age. And that's how strong, like leaving the Wonder, playing the Pantheon, and just finishing 3 sets of green from a strong green position can be. And that's how you made up so many points. And Giza was last, which I was quite surprised about, but this is also like a testament how bad the situation can be when you are like last along the green player. I don't know if maybe he couldn't build the philosopher. I think that was it in his first hand? No, yeah, I think it was in his first hand. I was surprised that he didn't build it, but maybe he didn't have the money at that point. As you can see, like, yeah, some players were able to make ground to us, and of course, a win is always a win. I was very happy about that, but something to consider in your games, maybe, like whenever you had lead that much, like don't be so secure. Like you have to still play very precise. And when you see Rhodos, like, because Rhodos is one of the wonders that can actually do this strategy very well. The other is Ephesos. And just because those two wonders have money, Rhodos also has access to red when you can like cheat the red win, as I did here. Don't be discouraged. Like this can be beaten. Here I think I got pretty decent picks like Senate, Arena, and Haven. Of course, he got the Guild as well, and some decent picks as well. And of course, I got the Guild. But yeah, this could have been beaten. I think you usually are second or third in like more multiplayer games in like six player, but it doesn't guarantee P1. Let's see what I do in game 5. And welcome to game 5. This is the most surprising game to me. Like I was the most surprised by the end result. When I was playing it, I actually like had completely different vision of how this is going to go. Let's see if you would be surprised as well. So here, another potentially good position if Halicarnassus is in full green. So let's see. I expect B, A, B, B. And yeah, I got it. And I got also excavation, so pretty lucky to get 3 in 4 again. Like I was pretty lucky with the duels, this has to be said. Here I thought that guard tower is the most important. I really need to start digging for like hitting them in red. This was surprising, and this is also not great for me. They have access to Papyrus, they have access to Glassworks, I don't. But there is Lumberyard, which is very important to me as well, so pretty happy about that. This made me unhappy, and I thought this was maybe a little bit weird, not something that I would have played maybe, but I actually like it. Like it looked maybe a little dangerous, but maybe it's just solid. Here I thought about Altar and I thought about East Trading Post. I think it's very close, but I thought that I can have problems with economy, and just East Trading Post can help me with that. Here I think I just went press just to, like, there are so many important cards that I have to play in H2 for Giza that I just want to solidify myself here. And here, both options are possible. I decided to go with the Claypool, just to be safe on the economy. And actually, he paid me once, which was pretty important to me. And he finished the first set, which is of course great for him. And I will show you the scores. Like you'll see the scores in the on the bottom. And like Blue Mutant, for him, this game 5 is like really weird. Like he almost has no chance of going through. So he still has to play 2 games. And as an organizer of this tournament, and I like as a running organizer of this one, I was very unhappy how this played out. Like each round, players wanted more rounds just to like get less randomness. But this is the situation that shouldn't happen. Like no player should be forced to play in a tournament where he has no chance of getting through. Like he should be able to opt out, but of course, given the situation here, he couldn't opt out. So it was a little bit weird. Uh, First, stables, that's the most important one. The spread is not great for green, so that was quite happy. And he's playing red. So that was quite not happy for me as well. I couldn't justify playing training grounds here. Maybe I should, actually. Like, potentially this can be very good for me, but I just decided to hide it. And the important part was that like I'm not getting any money right now. And here I would like to play the vineyard. That would like make my life so easy because he played double stone. But then I'm out of the battle and I need the battle. The battle for Giza is so important. So I decided to pick the glassworks here, as maybe they just pay me for glass sometime. And I'm not that cloth heavy in my build. Here I just go for aqueduct, as like I would play the bazaar if the bazaar was like 8, but it's just 4, so that's just not good enough. And it was 6, but 6 was still not good enough. Here I really struggle for money. I think when he bought the walls, he paid to Alex, which is understandable. But like they paid at some point, like by the beginning of the third age, they paid so much to Alex and so little to me that like I'm in danger here actually, and I just played the quarry to get out of it. Now I just need for them to pay me once. Let's see if this happens. Both of them are actually paying. Like he's paying 2 and he's paying 2 as well. And I was just like hoping that at least one of them will pay me, but it doesn't happen. Like they actually paid to Alex, and yeah, that was a disaster. At this point in time, just because I don't have access to ore, like I have access to ore, but I not like I cannot play arena. That's what it is. But I was lucky enough to get Chamber of Commerce. I was actually prepared here to be last. I'm just throw because like throwing here potentially would mean that I am last. There was, I think this was the only out. I think maybe there was something else. I'm not really sure. I think there is also like something crazy like this guild is free for me. And maybe like this guild is free for me. But I think that's it. Okay. There is also the lighthouse, which would have been enough as well. But it's like not looking good. And actually, Chamber of Commerce here was very lucky. But like I was counting, like I analyzed this and I thought that there is no other line for me. Maybe you guys can suggest something in the comments. I couldn't find anything that would keep me in contention, like for this game. Like I'm mostly racing Alex in this one, and maybe Kumushi a little bit. And I thought like if I'm not playing this line, I cannot catch them. Like Alex is so ahead of me right now. He's actually 11 points. I know I'm winning red right now, but I didn't think that I can like actually win red. Like I was thinking that Olympia probably plays one more red, and Halicarnassus can play from the discard. So I couldn't see a line where I'm not hoping to get Chamber of Commerce or paid by them too, because that would also save my game. So I just decided to go for it, and fortunately, I was able to luck out here. So here, yeah, Spice and Builders, actually both free, but of course Builders is better here. And I actually just needed 1 gold, not even 2. And here, I think I just decided to go for gardens. I was calculating, and this didn't look like I could actually beat red. Playing 1 red here might have been a little suicidal, but maybe at the same time it wasn't. Like Halicarnassus, like there is a danger of Halicarnassus flipping both, but it's actually better for me if like Ephesos plays a red and Halicarnassus plays a red and Olympia plays a red. Like securing just over Halicarnassus was not worth it in my opinion. Ship owners is good, and I have the money to back everything up, so I was pretty happy about that. And there is something really strange happening here. Like he played the spies, maybe I don't know, to discourage them from playing, and I thought that he's just gonna play 1 red or just like hide the right red, but he's actually passing a lot of red. I'm hiding Haven, and looks what happens. Actually, like they start playing red. Here I think I'm just hiding. I don't remember what I'm hiding. I think study. And he actually played double red, and it actually like paid off so much. This was like a great flip. I expected him to play at least 1 more red, and like if he did, or if he like hide, maybe he would have been first here. So Olympia actually was third here, and Halicarnassus, even like with flipping red over me here, and I thought pretty decent picks. Like nothing maybe amazing, but it looked solid. Actually, last, and Ephesos first. So yeah, you'll see the score going after this game, going into game 6, the final one. And welcome to the last table of the semifinals, at least this one. So I was very happy to get Halicarnassus. This is potentially dangerous because Ephesos has priority for us on green, and this can backfire if he goes full green. So I was very focused on actually just trying to get green. Also important, yeah, I'm fighting only Alex and Kumushi here. So yeah, I'm think I'm like you'll see the score on the bottom. And yeah, let's go. I'm picking B, 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 and I expect A here actually. Olympia here, not in the greatest position if I'm deciding to go full green. And this doesn't have anything for the green support, so I was slightly worried. I was even thinking about maybe passing excavation and just picking lumberyard to discourage him from playing into green. But I thought it's just a little bit too risky. Here we have support for green and it's press, so I was actually very happy about that. There is workshop on the wheel, which is very important. And here, because there is workshop on the wheel, I decided to go for glassworks. I thought that like blocking me here can be very bad. Also, there is double scriptorium. If he picks one, I still expect the other one to be in the discard, probably. Here, just apothecary. This is very natural, and I was very happy to see him not playing the scriptorium. So yeah. Also, like at this point, if he can manage to get second place here, I think Alex advances. So him being after full green, like with the trading post to Giza, this looks very solid as well for him. So he doesn't need to go crazy into green. Like we can symbiotically, that's what we call it, just go through together. There is double scriptorium here, so I know scriptorium is in the discard. This is very important. And here, I'm getting hit on red, but it's fine. Like just blue mutant on Giza playing a single red here should be really, really good for me. Here, nothing great, so just dispensary. I was thinking about like the other picks, but they don't excite me as much. I could have thrown walls just to get some red. This could have been a play, honestly, but I thought that it can be just a little bit too dangerous and I can just play it safe. This hand has nothing, like really nothing, so I can play the sawmill here as I have like a good pick. I can try to play the stables. I just passed walls, but he cannot play it. But he can play the training grounds. So, there is that. And I thought that if he's offered a red, he will play it. So, like, stables could look ugly. I decided to bury, I think, statue or forum, just to like make Giza play reds. That was my plan. Like, if Giza plays reds, I'm fine in this game. So I think I just hit forum or statue. But I don't know if that's the best one. Yeah, and I can build from the... I actually hit forum, yeah. Here, this is between library and laboratory. And I thought library is a little bit more important. But maybe this was wrong. No, actually it wasn't. No. I need it for 3 sets. So here, this is between Vineyard and Courthouse, and I actually decided to go for Vineyard, but I think it's a mistake. I should have gone Courthouse here. And the reason for that is that I was tracking all the cards, and I forgot that like I need to throw from this one. So like I don't need 6 money, like I don't need 9 money. And I could have just thrown here. And here just the saw. I'm actually building and just building the sawmill. But, if it was the other way, I could have just played the bazaar here. And that would just have been better. And here I need to pick double wood here. Which is a little bit maybe awkward, but, it's better for arena. And better for some guilds. So here, just observatory. I don't think gardens is good enough. And like important part about playing the vineyard was actually having the money to observatory. But I like in the other line I should have played the bazaar on the last hand, or maybe even thrown instead of building for the sawmill, and it would have been more points. So this hand made me very, very happy. I should get a pick on the wheel, and this is just excellent for me. There is scientist in the pool. At this point, I was very, very happy. So here, study. And here, like, my natural instinct is to play the Senate. But yeah, it was too risky. I had to like guarantee 3 sets, so I picked Lodge. And I think they actually buried. I'm not sure. But Chamber of Commerce here, I still get a pick. But he's playing red. That's all I need. Here, there is a potential to play like the Arsenal and maybe try for the other red next. But he will actually play red. Like both of them are actually quite cheap for him. So I didn't think it was necessary to like beat Kamushi. He has a very awkward hand, so I decided to like he will throw from that hand, and everything that he throws is good for me. So I decided to actually bury. And yeah, I knew that actually Ephesos threw, so that there should be something from that hand for me. And the last one is just University, completing 3 sets and winning this game. And I was able to win this whole semifinal. The other player who advanced was actually Alex here, with third place here. Actually, Kamushi here was 4th. And after a very strong start, as you could see in the first part of the semifinals, he was actually eliminated here. Pretty unlucky here. Some tough games. But you know, also Alex played really well, and I thought I played well in those games, and I had some luck on my side as well. So we were able to advance to the finals. Very, very happy about that. And there you have it, guys. I was very, very happy that I was able to advance to the final. My goal for this tournament was to get to the semifinals, to be honest. So I like overachieved my goal already, and I was pretty relaxed when playing semifinal. Probably the most relaxed out of any round, and very happy to get to the finals. The finals already did happen. There was a coverage on my channel, but I will go through the replays again, so I'm not spoiling here anything. And the next video, you can expect it in the next week. And until then, see you. Bye.